At the family picnic, my sister lifted her glass and said, "To the one who always shows up broke, needy, and still hoping to matter." My parents laughed. Their laughter cracked through me like glass shattering. I lifted my drink, met her eyes, and said quietly, "To the desperate one who learned to play the game better than anyone else at this table." No one laughed then. It all began 3 years ago, when I trusted her, when she said she'd help me get back on my feet after the divorce, when she offered me a room in her house, told me she believed in me, reminded me that family takes care of its own. I didn't see the smirk behind the kindness. Didn't notice how every story she told about me became a punchline, how my pain became her favorite anecdote. She'd share my failures wrapped in concern. "You know, she's still struggling since Daniel left. She's fragile, poor thing." And they believed her. Every word chipped away at me until I became the family disappointment. The charity case, the one people whispered about but never helped. The betrayal revealed itself one quiet afternoon. I was walking past her study when I heard her voice, low and sharp. She was on speakerphone with Daniel, my ex-husband. "She'll never get back up, Dan," she said. "You don't need to worry about her. I'll make sure she stays exactly where she belongs." That was the moment it all clicked. The collusion, the secret alliance behind my ruin. She'd introduced him to my parents, told them he was still part of the family. And all the while, she'd been feeding him details about me. My finances, job searches, everything. They wanted to keep me small, dependent. So I smiled and started watching. That's when I learned she wasn't the flawless success she pretended to be. Her business, the one she bragged about endlessly, was bleeding money. She'd been shifting funds between accounts, hiding losses under layers of charm. And Daniel, he was investing with her. Their partnership wasn't just emotional, it was financial. That was when the crying stopped, and the planning began. I told her I wanted to learn from her, to understand how she managed her business. She loved it. The admiration, the illusion of mentorship. The narcissist in her couldn't resist it. She gave me access to her bookkeeping software, and before long, small favors turned into trust. Trust turned into access. I studied her accounts, her habits, her quiet panic when numbers didn't add up. Then I gave her what she craved most, control. I accidentally left a USB drive on her desk labeled tax files. Inside was a fake document, a fabricated transaction log that looked incriminating but wasn't real. She panicked, thinking someone had discovered her misappropriations. In her scramble to fix it, she moved actual funds into traceable accounts, all under her name, a perfect digital trail. 2 months later, the tax office received an anonymous report, complete with screenshots and attachments. By the time they froze her accounts, I was gone. Moved out. New job. New life. One she didn't even know existed. Daniel called me the day she fell apart. I watched the call ring out, then blocked his number. And now, here we are back at the picnic. Everyone pretending. Smiling too wide. Talking too loudly over cold food. She sits across from me, pale beneath the makeup, acting unbothered. The whispers haven't stopped. They've just changed direction. Now she's the subject. The sister who made bad choices. She still needs to be the center of attention, though. Hence the toast. To the one who always shows up broke, needy, and still hoping to matter. Her hand trembles slightly as she raises her glass. Her smile strains. Her eyes flicker, searching for a crack in my face. But I don't give her one. I raise my glass. Hold her stare. To the desperate one who learned to play the game better than anyone else at this table. The silence that follows is sharp, surgical. Everyone feels it. She feels it most. Because the phrase, "learn to play the game," those were her words years ago. Her motto, her arrogance. Now it cuts both ways. I watch realization bloom across her face. Slow and dreadful. She knows it was me. She knows I'm the one who exposed her. But she can't prove it, not without confessing everything. After dinner, she corners me by the fence. Her voice trembles. "What did you do?" I take a sip of my drink. "What you taught me." Her face twists, confusion, fear, pride, all tangled in silence. For once, She has no words. I walk away. On the drive home, I catch my reflection in the rearview mirror. I don't look triumphant, just calm. I always thought revenge would feel like fire. It doesn't. It feels like quiet, like the world finally stopped making noise. I'm not broke anymore, not needy, and for the first time, I don't need to matter.